I believe we're live. There's only one way to really verify that I'm live and that people can hear me. And the best way to do that is to check out. All right, great. So I'm live. It's great to hear. Great to hear myself. What are we doing today? We are talking about a few different things. And if you have questions, definitely feel free to throw them out there. Be happy to get them answered. Okay, good. So, first and foremost, what are we talking about? Most people get frustrated when they don't have buyers, right? Buyers are people that spend money with you. So, I guess I should back up and start from scratch. Who am I? What do I do? And how can I help you? I teach people how to monetize their knowledge with digital products so that they don't rely on the YouTube Partner Program or the TikTok Shop or the TikTok Creativity Fund. Um, those entities that I mentioned, TikTok Shop, TikTok Creativity Fund, YouTube Partner Program, they're limiting, they give you no control, and they can be taken from you at any point. And so, what we want to do is we want more control. We want to be able to have the freedom to not to make content that we want and not have to chase views and not have to chase trending topics. Because if you are trying to um, ooh, if you're trying to chase views, then you've got to try and go viral. If you're trying to go viral, then you got to make a bunch of content. You're talking about 15, 20 videos per day. And so what I'm a proponent of is not having to do that at all. We want to we want to monetize our knowledge because we're all experts in something, right? We want to monetize our knowledge, and then we want to create content to attract people to you. And one of the best ways to attract people to you is to look at the excuse me, look at the people that did not buy from you. Okay. And when I say monetize your knowledge, basically what I'm talking about is creating digital products. And at the very beginning, an entry level person, you're going to create a specific digital product that solves a specific problem. Okay. Um, Oftentimes, one of the issues that people run into is they want to create a massive course or they want to create something really big because that's what they see all the gurus doing. In reality, what I think you should be doing, your first step should be able to create something small and specific to help solve the problem quickly, right? If you create a digital product like a template, a workshop, blueprint, ebook, um, guided journal, daily affirmations, you help them get a result quickly. You build trust, and they'll come back to you when they have more questions. That's the benefit. And you charge, I don't know, less than $49 for your first digital product so that your audience doesn't overthink it, so that your audience doesn't have to doesn't have to consult their significant other. They don't have to budget for it. If you try and sell something over $100, for example, your target audience might have to weigh the pros and cons of spending money on that thing versus something else that they might be interested in. And so, hopefully, that background makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. I am dead set against one hill that I'm willing to die on is not trying to monetize with the YouTube Partner Program or the TikTok Shop or the TikTok Creativity Fund. Because, as I mentioned, with those things, you've got no control whatsoever. You're letting a third party control your monetization, control your business, and that can be a challenge. Anyway, so one of the best things that you can do is you can. Did you get them now? One of the best things that you can do is you can find out from buyers or non-buyers why people didn't buy from you. Find out from those people why they didn't buy. And if you've got questions in general, definitely throw them out there. I'd be happy to get them answered. Why they didn't buy from you. and you can ask them very specific questions about why they didn't buy. Not necessarily trying to get them to buy, but trying to get the next person to buy. So, for example, you're going to identify a bunch of non-buyers, and these are people who have watched, they've clicked, maybe they started the checkout process, but they abandoned the cart. Those are non-buyers. They started through the process and then realized for whatever reason that they weren't going to continue on. Okay, so I pressed the wrong button. So what we want to do is we want to ask them questions. Ask them questions like, what were you confused about? Um, what what prevented you from buying? Right? What felt risky? Because people won't buy things if they are uneasy about it. If they feel if it's not congruent, if it doesn't flow seamlessly. People are very I don't want to say shaky, but they're going to hesitate before clicking that buy button because it's an investment in their time as well as their money. And so you can ask these types of questions. Um, what was missing? What felt unclear? What would have helped make the buying process easy? So you can ask these questions to the non-buyers, and you can use that knowledge or that information to improve. You can actually use that information to answer the questions if they respond. But more importantly, you can use this knowledge and information to actually improve your sales page, to improve your messaging, and that's what's most important. For example, if they say like um, your solution was not clear, because our digital products, I want you to start thinking about your products not as just products but solutions. Drop. Um, as solutions, right? Because people only buy things when it solves a problem for them. And so your solution, if your solution isn't clear, then people aren't going to buy it from you. And so you can go back, you can change your messaging, whether it's on the sales page, whether it is when you're creating content, offer more clarity, and that'll increase the chances of the next person buying. And what what you'd want to do is make sure that you're using their language. Use the language, excuse me, use the language that they said um, in their response to you. Add that information inside of the sales page, because they want to know that you understand the issue that they're going through and you're providing the solution. Let me know if that makes sense. Another thing that you can do, really simple, really, really simple, is you can go at things like Reddit subreddits. Look at the questions that people are asking. Look at the frustrations. Like, so this is more so if you're trying to find a digital product, you have no idea what to create. Um, you can go look at things that you created for yourself to solve the problem that you're going through. But B, and more importantly, go look at places like Reddit, because Reddit is basically it's a online community, and then within those communities, they've got a bunch of sub communities. But what's important about Reddit is the sub communities, and they're going to ask questions, and they're going to have comments and feedback, and they're going to communicate their frustration. So if you're struggling to figure out, if you're struggling, how do I do this? I forgot how to do this. If you're struggling on coming up with a digital product to do, simplest place that you can go is inside of Reddit, because Reddit's going to have a bunch of information for you, a bunch of helpful information that you can implement immediately. Confirm upgrades. So, for example, you can go into let's say you're in the wedding niche. Go and type in weddings inside of Reddit. Look for the Reddit subreddit related to marriage, getting married. And what I would even do too is niche down a little bit. What type of marriage are you helping people with? Oh, I don't want to do this. what am I doing here? If you're helping people with destination weddings or getting married on a cruise or maybe like their third wedding or something like that, there's different subreddits for all of them. And so what you can do is you can go inside and look at the frequently asked questions, or look at the questions that were asked just this week, or the best questions of all time, the questions that have the most responses. Those are going to be potential digital product ideas. And so you can then take that information and think, okay, what's a quick solution I could create to help someone solve an ongoing problem that they have? And when you do that, you can create something that you know your audience wants, because chances are people are asking that question inside of Reddit. There are many more people that feel that problem outside of Reddit, right? And when you think about like that, I mean, even if you don't want to use Reddit, you could use Facebook groups. You could use Facebook as well. Facebook's also a good place. Many more people, I think more people are aware of Facebook than Reddit. You can go into Facebook groups. And with Facebook groups, you can there's a magnifying glass. You can go into that magnifying glass, excuse me, go into that magnifying glass and type in who, what, when, where, why, and how. And you'll get you'll get people asking a bunch of questions, and you can use that information to create a digital product. And you can also use the information to come up with content ideas, which is really cool. So best places you can go, and you can do the same thing with Quora as well. But I don't like Quora as much. I used to use Quora a lot, but now that they've got AI does answers most of the questions for you, for them. So you can't rely as much on them. But yeah, it's really simple. You come up with a bunch of questions people are asking, and I've done that with Reddit, where if I don't want to come up with a content idea, I'll just go over to Reddit. I'll look at like TikTok monetization, and I'll take a screenshot of someone complaining about the monetization. It's a real simple way to come up with content, as well as a digital product idea. Yeah, if you guys have questions, definitely throw them out there. I'd be happy to get them answered for you. But shouldn't have swung at that one. Where are we at here? Another thing you can do, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, if you're looking for digital product ideas and you're already creating content consistently, look at the common questions that people are asking. Most comments are going to be the same, I don't know, 10 or 15 questions. And what you can do is you can take those 15 questions, 10 or 15 questions, create thorough answers, and then turn that into a guide, a step-by-step guide. And the benefit of that is you can now point people to that guide instead of sliding in DMs, answering the same questions over and over again. That allows you to practically monetize your knowledge. One thing that I also noticed too is people have I don't know if like a adverse reaction. They feel uncomfortable selling. And I think this is really, really important. If you feel you shouldn't feel uncomfortable selling, because you are helping people solve an immediate problem. And if you feel uncomfortable selling your digital product, that might mean there's a problem with your digital product. You should believe that the thing that you're creating is the ultimate solution for them. It's the only thing that's going to help them. And if you don't truly feel that way, then maybe you should find something else to create and sell, right? Because at the end of the day, we are selling a solution to a problem that they have, a pressing, burning solution where they have decided that they're going to spend money to have this problem solved. And that's really important to understand. We're not just selling crap just to sell it. We are actively selling a solution to someone that has a pressing, burning need to have their problem solved. And I think that's really important to understand. And if you don't feel that way, if you don't feel like your product that you've created and spent time, energy, and effort on is not valuable, like ask yourself, would you would you pay for this? Would you buy it? And if the answer is no, then chances are many people won't. And I've said this before. I think I've said this mostly on YouTube. Before uploading content and before trying to sell stuff, ask yourself, would you buy from you? And whenever I look at someone's content, I've looked at people's content before. They say, Alston, I don't understand why no one's buying from me. And I look at their content, and back in the day, it was like really bad AI. It was just kind of junk thrown together. I would ask them, would you buy from you? And oftentimes they would say no. And I would tell them, you've got to understand that people on YouTube or people on the internet are even more skeptical and fidgety when it comes to buying something. So if you won't buy from you, why would you assume that some random person that doesn't know you from Adam would buy from you? It's a really, really like simple concept, but a lot of people don't get it. And when you understand that, I think you'll make better decisions. But your first digital product that you create should be small and specific. It should solve an immediate problem. And I like plug and play things, templates, things that people can do themselves. So templates are really powerful because like a YouTube thumbnail template, a Instagram stories template. What else? Wedding, what kind of problem? Any kind of problem. Here's the cool thing. There are millions of problems out there. Think about the problems that you solve for yourself just today. Getting dressed. If you work, like if you work in an office, people ask all the time, because what you got to realize is that there's always somebody brand new coming of age that doesn't know what you know. If you work in an office, I guarantee you somebody's Googling or searching what's business casual. If you have lost weight, if you've gained weight, if you gain muscle, if you've if you've moved to a new city, if you've like literally anything. And just to give you an example of what I did this morning, like my day until right now, woke up at I think like 2:30 or 3 o'clock. I went to the gym, so helping men in their 40s get back into fitness. I came home, helped the kids get ready for school, helping we have twins, so like parents of twins, helping with organization. I'll be helping with homework when they get home. Content creation. I made a few different videos, video editing, sending emails, writing emails. One really powerful thing that you can do is you can actually send out email swipes. If you send out a lot of emails and you're sending out persuasive emails where you're getting people to take an action, you can bunch all of those up together and you can send out email swipes. Those are plug and play, done for you things. I've sent out emails, I've created content, I've communicated back and forth with OpenClaw. That's a technical kind of AI agent next step type of thing. There are a lot of people out there that want to learn how to use OpenClaw, or they want to learn different use cases. You could sell that knowledge, right? Right now I'm playing video games. A lot of people out there want to get better at playing video games. You can sell that knowledge. So like in the span of half of a day, because it's only 1 o'clock here, I probably have come up like 10 different problems. But for you, it might be different. I can't tell if you're I can't see your avatar, but yeah, but for you, it might be different. Maybe you are handy. You can teach people how to build a fence, the supplies they need to build a fence. Like or it could be a hobby like video games. Maybe you're a grandmaster at pickleball or chess. Teach people chess or pickleball, paddleball, whatever that's called. Maybe you have a love affair of shopping. Teach people how to shop. Find the best deals. Can I charge them to learn a language? Yeah, of course. That's exactly what Duolingo does, right? Don't they charge people to learn a language? Yep, you could definitely do that. Literally anything. Any skill that you have is an opportunity. Is an opportunity to monetize, which is he's thrown out, which is awesome, right? What else? What other questions you guys have? So I'm streaming on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I'm also streaming on. Where am I streaming? Where is this? I'm not on Instagram. I'm on Twitch and LinkedIn. So if I'm answering a question but you don't see it, it's because I'm streaming in a bunch of different places. So feel free to ask the question. If I don't see it right away, just ask it again. Anyway, so what you want to do first is you want to identify a problem. And for you, you said it's language. What you could do is you could help people. What's the first problem that they run into when they're trying to learn your language? You create a simple template or something that they can implement quickly, a plug and play solution where they can download it, they can implement it, and they can get value from it. And then you have a buyer, you have a customer. That's the beauty of what we're doing. You can simply take what you already know, because I guarantee you there's somebody out there that wants to learn what you know. Create a digital product. I want to travel around the world, but I'm broke. The best way to get out of that is to start creating content and attract people to you, because your content works for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The number one benefit of creating content, and I don't think this gets talked about enough, your content is always working for you. For example, over on YouTube, I've got about 7,500 people watching my videos right now while I'm talking to you. I don't know what it is on TikTok, but my videos are working for me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're finding customers, they're interacting with customers, they're creating customers, they're helping customers. And that's not something you can do at a job. Right? If you I've got nothing against jobs. I'm just saying, like, you can't multiply yourself. This isn't multiplicity, right? You only have 24 hours in a day. However, the best way to give yourself more time in a day is to create content and have your content work for you, engage with people for you, build relationships for you while you're out doing other stuff. Now, it's not something that's going to happen overnight, right? It's something that's going to take consistency and persistence and showing up every day and learning new skills and building on the skills that you have. And when you do that and you do it long enough, you're going to have hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of little yous out there working for you. And it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what you sound like. I often hear, because there's a significant amount of people that watch my videos from different parts of the world, like Nigeria and India and Pakistan. They'll say, well, what about my accent? Nobody cares about your accent if you can help them solve the problem that they're currently experiencing. You say, I don't know how many people travel to so many countries with no jobs. They probably have there could be a few things going on, but they probably have a couple little side hustles that they have put together. But like I said, what I would encourage you to do, what I encourage everyone to do, is create content based on what you already know. Because I guarantee you there's somebody out there that doesn't know what you know, but they want to know. They have a burning desire to know. They're going to score 2 here. Let's see if we can go. I probably could have got them at 4, but Let me see. Let's see. It says, I'm planning a trip to Central Asia, but only for 7 days. I have many content ideas, but that's it. I wish to do it longer. Make the content. Just make it. What's the worst that could happen? Nobody watches it. Nobody's watching you right now, chances are. Best thing that could happen is you could accidentally make content that a lot of people want, that a lot of people need, that a lot of people watch. Right? So the worst thing that could happen is you don't get any views. And right now, if you're not making content, you're not getting any views. So it's the exact same. You're living your worst case scenario. Best case scenario is that you make a video or 5 or 10 and you wind up building a following, or people ask, can they work with you? Other than that, my life is boring. Well, everybody's life is boring, but I guarantee you, even with a boring life, you have a skill that somebody doesn't have, but they want. Right? I guarantee you that you have a skill. You probably don't appreciate the skill because quote unquote boring, right? But that boring skill is something that somebody wants, that somebody needs to help them get over the hump. And when you realize that, I think the world will open up for you. That boring skill, like content creation is boring. You sit in a room like this by yourself and you talk into a camera and you hope that one day somebody watches it. That's a boring skill, but people are paying for that boring skill, right? People are paying to learn how to be a content creator, right? Being in an online business is boring. You essentially do the same thing every single day, but people are paying to learn how to start an online business. It's very much like one man's trash is another man's treasure. It's essentially the same analogy, but one man's boring is another man's exciting. Oh, get back. But even like people would say playing video game baseball is boring, right? Or watching someone play video game baseball is boring. But there's people out there are millions of people out there that bought this game and they want to learn how to steal a base, or they want to learn how to hit home runs, or they want to learn how to build the perfect player. It may be boring to you. It may be commonplace to you, but it's something brand new to somebody else. I'll give you a perfect example. I used to have a blog called smallhomeappliance.com. And one of the most frequently visited web pages is, can you put aluminum foil in a microwave? The obvious answer, hopefully for most people, the answer is no. You can't put aluminum foil in a microwave. It creates the sparks and all sorts of stuff. But the question is, for you, what age did you learn it? What age did you learn, and how did you learn? For me, I learned that you couldn't put aluminum foil in a microwave by putting aluminum foil in a microwave. Back in the day, back in the day, my favorite food was Pop-Tarts from Aldi. And so what I did one morning, I got up, I opened up the package, and I put the whole package and my with the aluminum foil and the Pop-Tarts inside of the microwave. And I turned the microwave on. And about 10 seconds later, I started hearing those sparks. That's when I learned you couldn't put aluminum foil in the microwave. I guarantee you there's people right now that don't know that you can't put aluminum foil in a microwave. And there's people that don't know why you can't put aluminum foil in the microwave. So we got a question on YouTube. What about the laws about using AI-generated images and using it to help describe your niche, but TikTok ends up shadow banning? Then don't use AI images. I recommend you show your face. Nobody cares what you look like. I guarantee you overanalyze and you overthink what you look like. Nobody cares what you look like. Nobody cares what you sound like. The only thing people care about is if you can solve their problem. If you can help them solve their problem, then they don't care. Like Stephen Hawking. You guys know who that guy is? He passed away. He was in a wheelchair. He couldn't even speak. He used computerized AI voice, but he was able to solve problems. I think he was an astrophysicist or something like that. I don't know. He solved problems. What's the other guy? What's that guy? I forgot his name. But nobody cares. You're overthinking. Most people aren't successful on the internet because they spend so much time in their own way. They spend so much time overthinking every single aspect. They overthink. They overthink if my hair's out of place. They overthink, oh, I got this accent. They overthink so many things that they never get started. Nobody's going to watch my content because I blah blah blah, right? But nobody cares about that. The only thing people care about is if you can solve their problems. Yeah, I think I'm good. Twisted Mind says, bro, you lost a lot of weight. All good. Yeah, I think so. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, nobody cares what you look like, what you sound like. And I'll take it a step further. Nobody cares about you until you prove that you can solve problems for them. That sounds harsh. Like, especially when you're a content creator. And I mean, I guess in life in general. People only care once you've shown the ability to solve problems for other people. That's when they'll start caring about you. So you show up, you start solving problems. Other thing too, don't be an influencer. I know all these YouTube, TikTok gurus are telling you to be an influencer. Don't be an influencer. You do not want to be an influencer. I do show myself, but I use the infographic to explain what I understand, and it gets shadow banned, or I make a 5-second short and it gets shadow banned because I'm using AI to help me explain my niche. I don't know that you're getting shadow banned. I think the term shadow banned is overused a lot. What I would ask myself, I would ask myself, would I buy from me, or would I consume this content? Am I creating content that I would consume? Oh, recorder. First and foremost, am I creating content that I would consume? 2, why are you only making 5-second videos? Because if you really think about it, the whole purpose of these platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all of them, their only goal is to keep people on the platform. And if you're only making 5-second videos, that's going to go foul. If you're only making 5-second videos, is it keeping people on the platform? Just in general, why are you making 5-second videos? Did you hear from gurus or somebody else that 5-second videos are the new thing? In general, I tell people to do what the gurus are doing and not what they're telling you to do. The perfect example is Gary Vee. Gary Vee is running around telling everybody who will listen that selling through your content, like selling like TikTok Shop, is the best way to make money in 2026. But you've never seen Gary Vee make a TikTok Shop video. You've never seen Gary Vee. You've never seen Gary Vee hawk someone else's products, right? How many times have you seen Gary Vee hold up a t-shirt and say, man, you got to get this t-shirt. This is the best t-shirt around. No. Gary Vee is creating content to funnel people to his books. Think about that for a second. Really, really think about that. Gary Vee is telling you that you need to sell via the TikTok shop. Gary Vee is telling you that you need to. But he said he's like over in China. All they're doing is selling all day and all night, all day and all night. Just home shopping network, QVC, essentially is what it is. That is incredibly short-sighted for a number of reasons. But at the end of the day, is Gary Vee doing the QVC thing, or is he funneling people to his own books? Answer that. What is he doing? Is he funneling people to his products and services that he owns, or is he um is he selling trinkets? Now, I've got nothing against the sellers of TikTok Shop. They're trying to make money, but at the end of the day, what he's telling you to do isn't something that he's actually doing. Think about that. I've seen a bunch of videos of Gary Vee telling us, hey, you should be, TikTok Shop is the next way. Yeah, Gary Vee is big on internet marketing. He's also been wrong a lot. For example, NFTs. He was big on NFTs, right? He's big on telling you to sell other people's products, but at the end of the day, he's selling his own products. That's why I say do what the gurus are doing and not what they're telling you to do. Let me know if that makes sense. Do what they're doing and not what they're telling you to do, because it's usually two different things. Anyway, so this is what we're going to do. This is how we are going to sell our digital product. We're going to attract people to us using our content. And so what we can do is we can take the questions that people are asking and the comments that people are making on Reddit and Facebook groups and all over the place, and we can use that as our content. And the way we do it is we take the core idea, and we add different hooks to it. So for example, if someone on Reddit was like, I'm struggling to monetize my content with TikTok Shop or with the TikTok Creativity Fund, we can take that idea and we can attach different hooks or openers to that video and create different variations of the same video. So for example, we could use a statistic hook. We could say 79% of TikTok Shop sellers never make more than $300 a month with the TikTok Creativity Fund, or the TikTok Creativity Fund. Here are 3 things that you could do today to escape that 79%. So that's a hook. We could also use a question. Have you made less than $300 with the TikTok Creativity Fund? We could do an if-then statement. If you're part of the TikTok Creativity Fund and you've made less than $300, then here are 3 things that you can do to improve your payouts. Right? So we take that same idea, that same core idea, and I've already given you 3 variations of it. And in our video, and the reason why you want to do this, A, so that you can have unlimited content ideas, but B, and more importantly, people think about things differently, right? Some people use emotion, some people use logic, some people like the contrarian, like most gurus are telling you to do TikTok Shop because that's where the money is. But in reality, it's the newest gold rush. And here's why. And here are 3 things you can do to not be to not be in the gold rush. Right? I remember I made my first online money on internet in 29 by learning ClickBank from Anthony Morrison. Yeah, there's so many different ways to skin a cat, right? There's so many different ways to monetize. You just have to pick one, go all in, and be consistent. Consistent and persistent. Try one method for 6 months and have the right measurements. Oftentimes people are only measuring the amount of money that they're making. But if you're brand new and you don't have any skills, you should look at things like the views are going up, you're getting more impressions, you're getting more engagement, you're getting more people on your mailing list. Those are things that are really important, and they all have to happen before you start making money. Like I said, oftentimes people are just chasing the money. Oh, my neck hurts. But there's so many other steps before that. And if you just need to pick one thing, and I don't think it's getting paid by the platforms. Pick one thing, be consistent for 6 months, and you'll be surprised where you show up. Because what usually happens, I have 7 accounts, made them in UK, and I think they are shadow banned. Because what happens is you try something for 2 weeks, maybe a month, and you don't make as much money as you were told you were going to make. And you go back on the internet and you start looking for something else, right? How many times have you seen that? Where you saw this awesome new method. You said, you know what? I'm going to give that method a try. You try it. The person that told you about this method said that you can start seeing success in a month. You're 2 or 3 weeks in, you don't see any success. Oh, 14-1. And then you go back, or you don't see the type of success that you're looking for. You go back to YouTube or to TikTok and you see a new side hustle, a new side hustle that's promising something else. And then you try that one. You never give yourself enough time to get a thing started. And that's why, that's why you don't really have sustained success. That's why most people don't have sustained success. I have 7 accounts, made them in UK. Are you still living in the UK? Or did you use like a VPN or something? Any other questions? So what you really it's a I don't know, 4 or 5 step process, which is really simple. Identify a group of people you want to help. Identify a simple solution that will help them solve their problem quickly, their first problem. You can do that by making a list of the problems that they have. So, for example, I've lost about 80 pounds in a year. Now I can turn around and help men in their 40s lose weight. What are some problems that men in their 40s are going to run into when trying to get back in the gym? Maybe knowing the best fitness routine, knowing what to eat, knowing having time to do it, to fit in their busy schedule, being consistent, right? These are all things. Now, I had some YouTube accounts in History Niche and True Crime. I got hit by inauthentic content from YouTube, monetization gone. And that's another reason why you want to have your own digital product, so that you're not worried about YouTube demonetizing you, right? Perfect reason why. If you sell your own digital product, you don't even care. You don't, I mean, it's not earth shattering. So I make a list of the sub problems that people have. Maybe time, what to eat quickly, because they probably have a significant other and all sorts of stuff going on. I pick one of those. Maybe a 14-day fitness routine, a 14-day back in the gym routine. I create it with Canva or Google Docs, whatever I need to make for free to make it. And then I create content to attract men in their 40s to me. I'm going to try and go 2 here. And so what you're going to do is you're going to talk about their pain points, goals, dreams, desires. Hello? Hi. Um, all right, I'm back. Anyway, let's see. I started in eBay and I didn't have enough products. Then I went to Etsy, got shadow banned, AI lifestyle picks. Now I just started TikTok learning how to use Notion to make a tracker. No, Romania and UK most of the time. Romania, like 3 months in the UK. The eBay algorithm does not help push my products. I have to make content to leave. If you're going to make content and eBay's not going to push your products, get back. What products? If you don't mind me asking, what products? Are they digital or physical? Oh, I got a bad jump there. Double play. Because you might as well sell the products on your own and not use eBay at all, because eBay is just going to take fees. Right? Right? Isn't eBay going to take some fees? And if you just sell the product on your own, you won't have to worry about those fees. Got to get on base here. You learn SEO for eBay. Ask Gemini or Claude if you don't know. Yeah, all these platforms are kind of the same. There's Etsy SEO, there's eBay SEO, there's SEO for everything. But like I said, if you are if you're selling, depending on what you're selling, you might be better served to just launch a website. Am I getting the new show? Yeah, I'll probably get the new one. When does it come out? It comes out on the 18th, I think. He's got to throw a fastball. Yeah, see, the thing that is kind of annoying is that there isn't going to be that much of a difference between this show and the next one, but I'll get the next one. And the cool thing is that is a terrible, 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 terrible. The cool thing is, whenever there's a new video game that comes out, it's an opportunity for you to start creating content and to start building an audience, because there's going to be a lot of people searching for information on the new show 26, I think it is, and there's not going to be a lot of content out there. And so you can start creating content about MLB The Show 26, teaching people about different things, because there's going to be people that are buying this video game for the first time. There are people out there that didn't buy the show 25 and 24 and 23 and so on, that want to learn how to strike somebody out. But if you are looking for a way to start to get into the gaming niche, you can start with new games. And what I would do is do a little bit of keyword research, figure out the questions that people are asking. Don't make a lot of people will make video game content like Let's Play or group play or whatever. Make videos where you're actually helping people solve a problem. Make videos where you're teaching them something, like how to bunt, how to bunt so that you always get on first base, how to hit a home run, how to time the pitch, how to identify a pitch. That's stuff that people are actually searching. And when you do that, you'll build an audience, you'll build a community of people, and it's easier to monetize instead of Let's Play or whatever it's called. Because why would someone watch you play? Right? People will say, well, people watch PewDiePie, but PewDiePie earned that right. He has created enough content, he's been around long enough where people will just watch him play. But if you're brand new, you can't follow that same path. You have to earn that right. You have to earn that ability. Well, most people don't realize that. So usually I will live stream for about an hour. It's better to build your site now. Is easy with Claude and Gemini. Build it with a blog and learn Google SEO. It is still working and bring free traffic from Google and use Pinterest. Yeah, I would agree with the Pinterest. I would agree with the Pinterest thing. Use Pinterest to get traffic, free traffic. But make sure you're doing Pinterest correctly. A lot of people don't do Pinterest the right way. A lot of people they'll create a Pinterest pin and then they'll just put their affiliate links inside the Pinterest pin. If you do that, you will get banned because it's a violation of Pinterest's terms of service. What you have to do is you've got to send them to a landing page, a blog, or a YouTube video. Pinterest is one of the only social media platforms out there that don't mind sending people off platform. Like TikTok, Instagram, all these places, they're not thrilled about you leaving the platform. But Pinterest is probably the only one that's okay with it. I share that because I had to pivot. I wasn't intentionally meaning to jump in both platforms. Let me see. I got a tag up here and then I'll read it. I share that because I had to pivot. I wasn't intentionally meaning to jump, and both platforms have pushed to learn to make content creation, focusing on eczema products like gloves and dishes. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I'll be live for probably another 8 or 9 minutes. If you guys have questions, definitely throw them out there. Get them answered for you. Late. But there's so much opportunity out there. You just have to. Was that an error? I didn't even see what happened there. Oh, they gave me a single. You just have to pick one route and go all in. Stop overthinking it. The idea that you have is the right idea. It's a good idea. You just have to implement it. Don't look for a reason. Don't look for a reason not to do something because you're going to find a million reasons not to do it. Find one reason to do something. Find one reason to do that niche that you're interested in. Do it because you like it. Do it because you've got experience in it. Don't worry. Don't think, oh, it's too competitive. Every niche is competitive, but within every niche, there's not there's an opportunity as well. Usually, it's too competitive when you're trying to make the exact same content as everybody else. That's when you run into competition issues. What I think people should do, and vidIQ gave this a nice fancy little name. They call it niche bending, but I've been talking about doing this for years. That I Tried It series, that stems from me noticing that I Tried It content was doing very well outside of my niche. And then I combined it with videos that were already popular inside of my niche. vidIQ called it niche bending, but I've been talking about doing that for probably 4 years now. Safe. Let's see. What do we got for time? So I'm probably gonna play one more game, then I'm gonna get up out of here. Do. Oh, here's a perfect example. A couple of years ago, I was playing MLB like 21, and I didn't know how to level up my player. Like, I knew I could get packs. I didn't know how to open the packs. I didn't know how to make my player better. I couldn't figure it out. It was incredibly frustrating. So what did I have to do? I went to YouTube and I searched, how to improve my player, how to make my player better. And there were a bunch of people out there that made that video. It was kind of funny now that I think about it. Like, I'm getting all these coins and points and stuff. I probably had 1,000 points saved up, but I didn't know how to make my guy better. So a little fun fact there. Any questions out there before I let you go? I wish my guy was fast enough to beat out ground balls. Do you think I need to start fresh, like a new account? What platform are you on? You're talking about Pinterest? I am on Pinterest since 2017. Lately, one of my old accounts I had converted into the fashion niche. I dropped like 300, 400 pins on it. I have, after 2 months, only 4,000. No, I think 4,000 impressions is good. What I would focus on is looking at your click-through rate. How many people are getting close-ups of your pin? Look at that. The other thing too, I don't know if I said this to you before, but one of the problems people run into on Pinterest is they're giving away too much information. If you're giving away too much information on the pin, there's no reason for people to actually click the pin, click through to your blog post. Like the example that I gave was with a recipe. If you give the entire recipe or an entire infographic on in your pin, why would somebody want to click on your blog post? Right? You got to leave some intrigue. You've got to make it so that you compel them, entice them to want to click through. I would say that's probably a bigger issue. You wouldn't want to put the entire recipe. You wouldn't want to put the entire recipe on the Pinterest pin, for example. Safe. Does that make sense? But I don't think you need to start fresh. 4,000 impressions is good. The question is what's your close-up? What's your click-through rate? How many people are actually navigating to your blog or website? That's what you got to look at. That's what's most important. Because what if you were getting 4,000 impressions, you had 3,000 close-ups, and you had 2,000 people clicking through to your website? Look at the numbers that matter. Don't just look at impressions. I'm late on everything. Does that make sense? Do. But I wouldn't start a new account, because starting with a new account is really difficult. And the motivation to continue when you are essentially in a ghost town is really, really challenging, because I've done it before. I've started new YouTube channels before, and it's just like really frustrating. Right. And difficult. But no, I wouldn't start a new one. Do. Bottom of the 8th. Damn. Hit it right to him. My girlfriend started one fresh, and after 3 months had 1.3 million impressions. What was it the same niche? Maybe the issue is the pens. Maybe your pens aren't very good. It's hard to say exactly what the issue is without looking at it. You know. All right, so I'm up again. I'll get on base. All right, so the pressure is on. That was a good swing. Doot, 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 doot. Damn. I was gonna say something, but I forgot. I shouldn't have swung at that one. I was way late on that one. Foul ball. Oof, kept fighting. Keep fighting. They haven't thrown one inside yet. Wonder why. The timing is there. I'm just not swinging at strikes. There's the inside pitch. Wonder does he come back inside? Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 balls. Damn, got me. I was the one who showed her how to make the pen, so I am the brain. Okay. Good for you. All right. So that is it for me today. Thanks so much, guys, for hanging out and asking questions. Live streams are always so much better when the audience is engaged and asking questions. So I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. The goal is to go live every day at 1 p.m. Chicago time, except for Fridays. Fridays are a little bit of a challenge because the kids have a half day at school. So I usually don't go live on Fridays. I will try and go live on Saturday and Sunday. Make sure you like, comment, follow, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next